Do we have any authors? Published authors? We do. I was expecting one, but that's 1, 2, 3. 3 authors. That's pretty good. Have we any authors in process? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's really good. Any aspiring authors? Anybody who is aspiring to be an author but hasn't started yet? That's pretty good. Okay. So as you can see here, I'm a book consultant. I help people to write a book and then publish it. Now I specialise in business books, strategic business books. Now that won't be for every one of you. However, I'm going to talk about the major problems that people have writing a book, and I'm going to tell you what my 3 secrets are to overcome those problems. So that's what your takeaway is going to be today, and there will be a special gift at the end. So, I've been helping people write books for something like 4 or 5 years, and then for the last 2 years I've taken a bit of a sabbatical. Now these are just some of the books that my authors have published, and it's everything from how to write a will, how to build a website. They're business books, remember, so these are how-to types of books. And people write these books in order to get more business. So it's like they're writing a brochure and they're trying to give their potential clients or customers a free sample of what it is they do. You get the picture. So the idea is, I could help you solve your problem, but here's a little small sample of it for you to try by yourself, and if you like it, come back and work with me. So that's the strategy of a strategic business book. It's to help somebody to make money in their business by selling their books. Now, before I make any further points on this, I'd like to just share with you a little video. Now, this is about the why. So I'd just like to start the video, and I'll just be quiet, and I'd like you to just, it's only 2 minutes, so just bear with me.
If only I'd followed my heart, tried to achieve my dreams, instead of doing what others said I should. If only the goals I'd set in life were more meaningful, then life would not have been so pointless. If only I'd focused on the things I could do, instead of the things I couldn't, then I'd have had more time to do the things that made me happy. If only.
Good rights, mates.
Who's thinking about writing a book?
I'm thinking about OTA.
Now look. Where am I going with this? Writing a book is something that so many people want to do. They'll all say it. We know the phrase, I've got a book in me. How many people have said that to me tonight? So how long are you going to wait? So there are 3 reasons why people don't write their book. 3. Here's a clue. Now, I'm sure you could think of lots of reasons, but these are the main reasons people give me. They want to attract people. Now, this is primarily in a business concept. They want to attract prospects for the business, clients. It's a way of generating leads for their business. The next reason people write a book is for credibility. If they're working in a business where they have competition, and with competition comes undercutting of price, it's really difficult to make a living if you've got a lot of competitors. But if you have a book, if you've written a book, you're head and shoulders above the rest. So that's another driver that people have for writing a business book. And the third one is, they've each told a story. Now, every one of my authors starts off by telling the journey and the story of how they got to write a book. Not how they wrote the book, but why they got to the point where they wanted to write a book. And some of them are extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. Now, what they're trying to do is show people how that lesson can be learned so that others don't have to make the same mistakes or have the same experiences. So they're hoping to change lives. So those are the primary reasons. So it's about getting more business, getting a better reputation, but changing lives. And in the process, they hope to make a bit of money because they've done a bit more business, of course. Now, why do people not write a book? Why haven't you all written a book? Well, there are how many reasons? How many? Three. There are 3 reasons why you haven't written a book. The first one is because somebody might read it. Now, you might think that's a joke, but that's the top reason that I've found that people don't write a book. They're terrified that someone's going to read it. I know it sounds funny, but it's true. And here's what I say to them. When I go to buy a book, I pull it off the shelf, I look at the front cover, I turn it over, I look at the back cover, I open it, I look at the contents list, and then I flick through it. And I decide to buy it or not. Then I take it home and I put it on my bookshelf. And I may or may not read it. Most books don't get read. So if you write a book, don't worry about people reading it, because most of them won't. And that seems to move them on. Now the next reason, because there are 3, they haven't got time. How much time did J.K. Rowling have to write a book? Same amount of time we all have, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So how come you've got less time than any of the other authors? You haven't. And I like the saying that Arnold Schwarzenegger said when people ask him, how does he manage to get so much done in life? He says, if you don't have enough time, sleep faster and get up early. It's really simple. So that's a good technique to try for lots of other things. And the other reason people don't do it is they don't know how. They simply don't know how you write a book. And there are very simple, easy steps to writing a book. Now, here's how you write a book. First of all, you start off, I have no idea what to do, and you just follow this smooth journey. It's simple, isn't it? Well, it really is simple, except that this is actually how it ends up. A few twists and turns along the way. So, how many problems are there? Three problems. First problem, they don't start. That's why so many people haven't written a book. They haven't started. Anybody here not started? Okay, you see I was right. Then they get stuck. So they've got over the procrastination, they've got over all the limiting beliefs that I can't write a book, people like me don't write books. But they start, then they get overwhelmed, then they get lost, and then they get stuck. And the third reason that people don't start a book is they give up. They get stuck, they lose their courage, they get lost, they've lost their way, and they give up. And it's as simple as that. Those are the 3 problems that mean that people don't write their book. So how many secrets do you think I'm going to share with you?
3.
3! Great. So it's not difficult. Writing a book is really simple. So remember, they don't start, they get stuck, and they give up. So to write a book, the first thing is you must start. And that means having a purpose for the book. Okay, if you've got no reason for writing a book, chances are you won't start it. You need to get some benefit from writing it, and you need to know what that is in advance. You can start off without knowing any of this, and you just, most people get halfway down the page without having a clear purpose and some benefit, and then you have to have the self-belief to think that you could write a book. And of course we all can, and some have. So the second problem then was that they get stuck. What do you think the solution is? Keep going. It's really simple. This isn't rocket science, is it? Writing a book is so easy. So that to keep going means you have to have specific goals. So when I'm coaching people, we work out how many chapters they're going to write. We have a plan, and they write 1 chapter a week. Not 2. Not 1 chapter every 2 weeks, 1 chapter a week. Because it always works. And you have to know the next step, and that's where the plan comes in. You don't want indecision, you want to plan your book out. So that's really simple, isn't it? Anyone finding this difficult? Okay. Now, what was the third problem that people have? They give up, don't they? So the answer is really simple. You know, I don't know why Tim said come along. I said, because this is so easy. This stuff's easy. You can all write a book. I know it. So there's the answer. Stay positive. As you're writing a book, you'll invent loads of reasons why you can't continue, why it's difficult, why you've run out of ideas, but none of them are true. Keep promises. Whoever it is that you've decided is going to be your ideal reader, make them a little promise at the start and keep those promises and tell people that you're writing a book. And then tell them when you're going to finish it, and then keep your promise to them. Keep all this in mind. And then with the plan, have rigid deadlines, not flexible deadlines. Flexibility is what kills every project. So have rigid deadlines and hit them every time. It's like when you're on medication, okay? You have to take a tablet every day. When you go back to the doctor and you know better, and he says, did you take your tablet every day? And you said, no, I took it every week. Well, it's the same with writing a book. You have to be disciplined and follow the plan. So there we have it. I don't know really why I was asked to come along here, because it's really so easy. Here's my 3 secrets. Most people don't start, so you must
Start.
Most people get stuck, so
Keep going.
most people give up, so
Don't give up.
it's not simple. It's not. This is really, really as easy as it can be. I've got 30 books published. I've written just 1 of them, 2 of them. And these people all follow this strategy. It's really simple. I've written my own book, it's the 7 secrets. And those 3 secrets aren't in it. Those are the best secrets of all. So, how much time have you got? So there we have it. Now, if you go to my website, thesuccessfulauthor.com, you'll find my book for sale there. As it is on Amazon, it's $15.97. But I've reduced the price on my website to a penny. So if you would like a physical copy of this book, you can have a copy for a penny. I use it as a business card because this is the best business card you'll ever have. When it makes a thump like that on the page. Nobody's going to throw that in the bin or wrap it in a rubber band and put it in their top drawer. We've all got business cards in top drawers, haven't we? Never to be looked at again. So this is like a virus. You put it on your bookcase and eventually somebody's going to read it. So you can have it for a penny. I'll charge you about £4 post and package because I can't give you everything. So don't everyone rush to get it. If you're interested in writing a book, and a business book in particular, then you're welcome to a copy. It won't be for a penny forever. So there we have it. That's the end of my talk. Quick summary there so you can think about it, and I'll hand over to
Excellent.
Tim, and I'll take any questions.
Do we have any questions
Have any
for Kevin? Anybody now has inspired to go away and write the book? I've got my tips to write the Bavard annual, so that's brilliant. I shall follow that plan. Any questions? If there's no questions, then there's one question.
Quick one.
Yeah.
Has anyone made a fortune out of the books that you've
That's a really good question. One of the strategies, that's why I call it a strategic book, it's there to help you build your business. So a lot of people get hung up wanting to be a J.K. Rowling and they haven't got the right story or whatever. So what I say is, teach something to someone, and that someone will then be a customer for you for life, for your business. So the purpose of these books is to attract people into your business, attract pre-sold prospects to your business, boost your personal credibility, and so that you can charge premium prices for your work. So it's a way of, because the big problem, as I was saying to someone earlier, is generally mainstream publishers don't want to know ordinary everyday people. If you haven't got 5,000 to 10,000 followers on Twitter, they're not really interested in you because you're never going to sell enough books, because the publishing business is a hard business to make a profit on these days. So they're looking to be able to get their first print run sold within a day. So that's the problem that most authors face. So the strategy I've got is I help authors to write and publish a book that will promote their business. So when I'm interviewing people at the start, I'm looking to see, have they got a credible business that will make them money if only they could get enough clients, if only they had enough credibility. So that's where we're going. So I don't try to compete with the mainstream publishers. But some people are selling, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 a year. Some people give away 5,000 books a year. Mm-hmm. So, that's a lot of new business if only 10% of those become customers.
Could you sort of say something? You help with the printing and publishing as well?
Yes, that's
right?
what I normally do. Yeah.
So could you sort of say, is it like print on demand, or how does that work roughly?
Well, how does it work? Who here has ever bought a book on Amazon? And do you think Amazon have warehouses full of books? They don't. When you order a book from Amazon, they print it and send it to you. Who knew that, eh? Individually, they'll print one copy and send it to you. That's how you get it so quickly. They don't send off and wait until they've had a publishing run of 2,000, 10,000. They print one at a time, and individual people can do that. So I set my authors up these days as independent publishers. I used to set up as a publisher myself and publish them, but it's easier if they do it themselves.
Right.
So print on demand, yes.
Print on demand.
Yours is for strategic business books, which, no disrespect, but I would have thought actually the content of that is not going to be as difficult for an author because they are in effect promoting their own business.
Yes.
The issues that you put up on the screen there are in relation to the type of subject matter. Now, if you've got something that's not a business book, you're talking about character building, you're talking about structure, you're talking about the patterns within the book as well. So I would say that depending on the type of book that you want to do, depends on the difficulty of actually doing it. And some of those steps, those steps that you're saying are very valid, very sensible, and dead easy, as you say. But there's a lot more difficulty in actually doing other types of books.
If you're not writing a novel, then the 7 steps in there are perfect for everybody because they include things like knowing who your reader is before you start. Specifically, precisely, do you know someone that is exactly like the ideal reader that you want to, and you write it for that person? And how are you going to know when you finish the book? Most people can write a book for 5 years and not know they've got to the end of it. You know, they don't have a plan. So the techniques are all the same, no matter what the content of the book is. So someone promoting their business as a coach, a consultant, or a specialist, they have a service that they're providing, and the book is effectively a low-cost trial for their service. They provide enough information for you to do a band-aid on what it is your problem, and then you get to the last page of the book and says, if this hasn't solved your problem, give me a call, send me an email, and maybe we'll need to work together. But the aim of writing a book is to solve someone's problem, but not the whole problem. You know, life's too complicated for that. And you have to read it first.
On that note, can we thank Kevin for